everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an anti-haul. For those of you that don't know, an anti-haul is basically just the opposite of what a traditional haul is. Basically, I'm going to be sharing with you products that I will not be purchasing for whatever reason, whether they just recently launched or not. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I have a giveaway going on for the Wet n Wild Pro brush set. It will be ending on December 8th, so make sure that you're subscribed to my channel to be qualified to enter. I will leave the link to the giveaway where you can read all about the rules and everything in the description box below. And if you want to see the products that I won't be purchasing in this anti-haul, then please just keep on watching. Alright, so I have my Instagram open and I got all of my links from Trendmood. If you don't know, I will leave her link to her Instagram listed down below. She just knows everything about everything basically. So I was just scrolling through her Instagram feed and I just picked a bunch of items that I won't be purchasing for whatever reason. The first item that I will not be purchasing is the Narsissist eyeshadow palette. It's the one that just recently came out. It is their Wanted eyeshadow palette. It is a bit pricey. The most that I've spent on an eyeshadow palette was $65 and that was my Huda Beauty one. And I just felt that that was worth the money because of the different shade range and stuff like that. But this one, it doesn't speak to me. I see shades in here that I already have in other palettes, so I just can't justify spending $59 for 12 shades when I already own these shades in other palettes. The next item that I won't be buying is another eyeshadow palette. I have quite a few eyeshadow palettes here, and it is the Too Faced White Chocolate Bar palette, and this retails for $45. When I saw this, I was not intrigued. I was not moved by it, and it just does not speak to me. The color range just seems out of place. It doesn't seem like a cohesive palette. I know there are some palettes that have recently launched, like the Anastasia Prism one, that you would look at it and think that, oh no, that's not a cohesive palette, but it really is. There are very many looks that you can create with this. But this white chocolate bar one, it seems more like a palette that should have been released like in the springtime maybe because of all the pastel-y colors that it has. So I'm just gonna have to pass on that one. The next item that I won't be purchasing is the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint. That retails for $24, and I mean, I think the packaging is gorgeous. I've seen swatches and people trying it on, and it does look like a beautiful color, but I already have enough red lipsticks and I barely wear red. I only wear red if I'm trying to do like a simple eye and a bold lip. Red is a color that I will choose, or for the holidays more or less, that's when I'll choose a red color, but I'm more of a nudie lip color, so I don't need to add another red lipstick to my collection, especially if it's just gonna be sitting there. The next item that I won't be buying is another eyeshadow palette, and that is the Urban Decay Distortion eyeshadow palette. It retails for $48, and this is the one where you have your rows of colors, and then the very top row is supposed to be like a top coat that kind of changes the other shades. Once you apply them, you apply the top coat, and then it kind of like gives it a different shade, which I think the concept of that is really cool. I think the packaging is really awesome, but I do have to agree that I just picked up the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette, and I'm really liking that palette and I'm completely satisfied with it, so I don't find the need to go ahead and pick up this one when I do notice a couple of overlapping shades. So I'm just not intrigued by it. It doesn't draw me in, especially since I already have the Heavy Metals palette. I mean, could you not rev your engine right now while I'm filming? Thank you. So the next two items that I won't be purchasing are highlighter palettes, and pretty much because they are so similar in shade ranges, and honestly, I am loaded with highlighters and I don't find the need to pick up any extra ones. The first one is the Becca Lightwaves highlighter palette. That retails for $34. The shades do look gorgeous. The packaging is beautiful, but I already have similar shades in my collection to this, and I don't find the need to spend $34 on a highlighter palette that won't get much use because I'm using my current highlighters that I have. The next highlighter palette is the Kat Von D Metal Crush palette, and that retails for $36. And honestly, these shades are not really shades that I would pick on an everyday basis, basically. The middle one, I guess, would be the one that I would wear the most often, but like I said, these two look very similar. It's just gonna have to be a hard pass on me. The next item I actually really love, and it's so gorgeous, and I've heard nothing but great things about it, and it really is a beautiful palette, but I cannot, I repeat, I cannot justify spending this much on an eyeshadow palette. And that is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, which retails for a whopping $129. That's insane, you know, for some eyeshadows. Like, I understand it's Natasha Denona, she's a luxury brand, and you know, her prices are more on the higher side, but I have palettes that resemble colors to this palette. For example, the ColourPop Yes Please palette is a pretty decent dupe to this palette. So I mean, if somebody wants to get it for me for a gift, then hey, by all means. But I just cannot justify, like, there's no way I would ever spend this much on an eyeshadow palette. That's completely insane. So that's just a hard no. And the next eyeshadow palette, I know there's a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and that's just because I really do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes already, and I'm trying to make the most use out of them, and I'm trying to use up what I have basically. So I don't find the need to pick up an eyeshadow palette unless there's something different about it, unless there's something unique about it, unless something like really draws me in. Other than that, I cannot just pick up another eyeshadow palette just for the heck of it, you know what I mean? So the next eyeshadow palette that I will not be purchasing is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Now, I don't own the original Chocolate Bar palette. I never really hopped on that bandwagon of the Chocolate Bar palette. I do think it's a beautiful palette. The packaging is stunning, and I'm sure it smells like chocolate, which I think is a great addition. And this one is supposed to be basically the shimmer palette to that original Chocolate Bar palette, and I think it's stunning. But like I said already, which, you know, I know I'm repeating myself, but these are just the reasons why I won't be picking up these palettes. I just picked up the Heavy Metals palette, which is an all shimmer palette, and those shades are stunning, and I love the quality of them. I love how they apply, and I already have other palettes that have beautiful shimmers in them as well. For example, the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is the shimmer blue that I have on my eyelid today. That is just stunning. Great quality, great pigmentation. So I just don't feel the need to go ahead and pick up another all shimmer palette when I already have shimmers in my collection that work just fine. So the next item that I will not be picking up is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer, and that retails for $29. This is a newer item from Urban Decay, and I do have the Tarte Shape Tape, and I love the coverage of it. It is, however, a little bit drying, and I also have a couple other concealers that I've really been enjoying. Like, for example, I have the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage Concealer and the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Concealer. Those are just so creamy, and those are more lightweight than the Tarte one. And this Urban Decay one seems very similar to the Tarte one, and because I already have the Tarte one, I'm just gonna have to pass on this one. The next item that I will not be purchasing is the Smashbox Photo Edit Eyeshadow Trio. That retails for $22. Smashbox. $22 for 3 eyeshadows? Come on now. I just cannot justify that price. I mean, $22 for 3 eyeshadows in like one pan, you know, divided into 3. Like, I can't. It doesn't, the shade ranges are nothing special to me in my personal opinion, and you know, I don't really like eyeshadows in little pans, in little trios like that. Just the way that this is all laid out and the shade ranges and stuff like that. I mean, $22, come on now. You're basically just paying for the brand when there are more affordable options out there that will give you, you know, great payoff and great quality as well. So this is just gonna have to be a pass for me as well. Alright, now the next 2 items that I will not be buying are from ColourPop. Now let me just say, I do love ColourPop as a brand. I mean, they are such an affordable brand, and you get great quality for what you're paying. You know, just because it's affordable, you're not getting cheap quality product. These next 2 eyeshadow palettes, which are the Golden State of Mind and Semi Precious ones, they both retail for $26. They're all shimmer palettes, and like I said, I have the Heavy Metals palette, and you know, at the risk of sounding repetitive, that one works just fine for me. So I'm gonna have to pass on these shimmer palettes as well. And the last and final item for today's anti-haul is the Too Faced Sugar Plum Set. That retails for $49 and you get an eyeshadow palette of all like plummy shades and stuff like that, and you also get the Too Faced eyeshadow insurance, you get a deluxe Better Than Sex mascara, and you get a lipstick. I'm gonna have to pass on this because I have similar shades in my collection already. I've never used the shadow insurance, but I do use the NYX glitter glue, and that works just fine, and that's like $6 or $7. I have mascaras in my collection that I like already, and the lipstick is just nothing special to me. This, however, would be a great gift, like if you're looking to find a gift for that makeup lover in your life, or you know, or if you are a beginner and you just want to grow your collection and you're looking to try new products, then I do think that this is a great product for you. But for me, I already have these items in my collection in versions that I really do enjoy. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and pass on this one. Alright everyone, that wraps up this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know some products that y'all won't be picking up, especially during the holidays. I know it's so overwhelming. There's so many products launching and it's like, it's so hard to keep up sometimes. Also, make sure to thumbs up this video if you like these kinds of videos, and let me know if you want to see kind of an opposite version of products that are like on my wish list, so to speak. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, especially to be entered into the giveaway for the Wet n Wild Pro brush set. Those brushes are amazing quality. I stand by them 100%. God bless y'all today and always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!